Hi, how you doing? What you doing? Okay, relax, sit down and watch our latest video. This was recorded in Sheffield, 1991 on the Gangshow tour. We're going to bring you up to date with the Gangshow. It's very exciting. It was probably the best tour I think I've ever done in my life. I can't wait to do it again this year, which will be our 20th anniversary. We've got some special things coming up. We've got Attitude Records, which is my own record label, has got the original Glitter album on CD. So we've got the CD format, plus the Touch Me album, plus the greatest hits, which will all be coming out, along with Leader 2, which I no doubt you've got. Have you got it? Why haven't you got it? Get it. Because then we can take the Gangshow that little bit further, right? Okay. The Gangshow started as a result of riding the audience participation into the music, right? If you got, do you want to touch? Everybody else out there would go, yeah, okay? The leader of the gang, I'm the leader, you're the gang. So it just worked out that this relationship that we got was written into the music. And over the years, it's built up and everybody's got their part. Now, we were sitting around a kitchen table like you do, cup of coffee, and said, how could we, you know, the audience, in my eyes, the audience were probably more important than what I'm doing because they got so powerful and so big. And so we thought that we would make them the top of the bill. So there it is, Gangshow, right? I'm the leader, and there's the band, but you are the Gangshow. First of all, I think my audience has got great taste, naturally, you know, to support us for all these years. I think that what happened was that a lot of people that came to see us in the universities and in the smaller clubs used to get their friends and say, "Oi, what are you doing next week? I'm going to see Gary Glitter." And they say, "Is he still going around?" And then they would come and they'd be really surprised. I get people coming up to me in the street and saying, "Gary," or leader, mostly they call me the leader, "you know, last year I brought 10 people, this year I'm going to bring 50 people." And it's sort of growing up out of word and mouth. It's like an underground thing that's happening. It's a movement that is so strong. It's stronger than anything that can be done via promotion, via television, via anything. You know, it's just word and mouth. And I think the other thing I like to think of is that, you know how we tried not to get locked into the 70s. What we do every year is we try and get the best avant-garde lighting, best costumes, and so we make it look like the year 2000 now. We're ahead of the game. Well, I mean, it's funny being the leader of the gang, but you know, every gang has got to have a leader. And we wrote Leader of the Gang in '74, and that nickname has stuck with me. You know, I mean, it's a democratically elected leader. I mean, you know, one of these days, and maybe the audience might turn around and say, "Okay, we'll get another leader," but for the time being, you're stuck with me.
This is your life. This is Wembley Arena, and in there is a rock star who's been dazzling the customers for more than 30 years. He's had his highs, in more ways than one, and his lows. But in the survival stakes, he's a leader. In fact, he's the leader. His Christmas concert is just coming to its climax, and I'm going to be part of it. Yeah!
You make it look so easy. I was just...
Listen, Michael, they are my life. This is your life. Happened at Wembley. First of all, I always said to my manager, Jeff Hanlon, that I never, ever wanted that kind of thing to happen. because I'm a little bit. Gary Glitter is not at all shy, but poor Gad is a little bit. And I was, well, he walked out after we did 3 hours on stage, and walked out onto the Wembley stage and said, actually before he had a chance to say, "This is your life," I said, "Michael, this is my life," right? Because it is, you know, and I'm much happier on the rock and roll stage than I am on television and in that show business thing. However, it was really nice. My mum and to see all the relatives and everything turn up. And we did it at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I had Wembley again that evening. So I was a little bit shattered, but I was told that it's had the biggest viewing figures ever on British television. And I suppose I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud that that television company should decide to honour me in such a way. When you come to a gang show, you're not going to sit around and just say, yeah, wait for Gary to sing or wait for the band just to play. You are part of it. You have to work hard at it. When you look through the video, you'll see how hard the audience work. If you've never been, I mean, anybody who's been to the show know exactly what they're up to, where we're up to. But you've got to work hard at it, you know, because that's the only way to do it. Rock and roll is about working at it. It's about working hard at it. I'm still a learner. You know, I've got L plates on my back, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. With your help, we're going to achieve greatness.